know it's like the first time you're like, oh shit, like you overthink a lot of stuff. And then you start to like regret your things and like, you know, like why the fuck did why did I do this? Like,
why am I even cutting hair?
Yeah, like why? You probably like feel bad about yourself or something.
Yeah.
How did you like take that?
So there was a couple people that I remember one person in particular, I won't mention their name.
Yeah.
But I remember I had given him a haircut and he was just like, honestly, why don't you just focus on something else? He's like, I don't think barbering is your thing. And it got to me. It was like somebody that meant nothing, but it's like just that comment. I was just like, damn. And I started questioning it, and I was like, all right. And at that time, I remember I had applied for a postal worker and a CEO.
Hey guys, welcome to my third episode of CALVATION. We have a special guest, Alex.
What's up?
Pleasure to meet you. He will be sharing you his experiences, his thoughts, and ideas throughout this journey that he had. So yeah, tell us who you are and what do you do?
All right, cool. My name is Alex Vivar, also known as Alex the Great. I've been doing hair for about 17 years now. I currently own a hair salon with my partner Claudia. We've been open for 3 years now here in the city of Poughkeepsie. Some of the things that I do, I'm behind the chair cutting clients. I do house calls. I teach classes. I'm currently working with a company now in Goldwell, New York. Wow. And we're traveling a little bit more and then doing some classes with them. So yeah.
So you've been doing this for 17 years, right?
Yeah.
So why did you choose this career? Why did you like it? Did you fall in love with it, or why did you?
So pretty much it became a necessity. I was 15 when I moved to Millbrook, and I couldn't find a barber. I would go down to the city every now and then, but that got expensive. So then my mom was just like, "Hey, listen, either you find a barber in Poughkeepsie or you start cutting your own hair." So I started cutting my own hair, and I started off.
Did you start using made mirrors, or?
Well, so what I did is I went to, I think it was like Kmart. I went to got one of those cheap clippers, and I started playing with those. All I had was the mirror I was facing and a handheld mirror. So I kind of just use one mirror to look at the back and do the reflection with the other mirror. I didn't have a three-way mirror. That definitely would have made my life a little easier for sure.
Yeah, it is.
But it was definitely a struggle. I think I did it for like maybe 2-3 years before I was comfortable enough to cut someone else's hair, cut my stepdad or my brother. I'd be in the bathroom for at least 2 hours. I think only my mom, my brother, and my sister would be able to vouch for the struggle of me trying to cut my own hair. It wasn't easy. I messed up my hair many times, but I feel like when I was in Millbrook, it wasn't. People weren't looking at how sharp your hairline was, or if it was proper, if it was. They didn't care about that. So I was good. Whenever I messed up, it's like they didn't even notice.
So you didn't. So you couldn't get a haircut somewhere else, or you wanted to get it?
Yeah. So I couldn't find a barber. I remember I'd go around and check barbershops with my cousins, and I'd have them get haircuts. I'm like, let me see how these guys cut. And I'd tell them to get a haircut, and I would see, and I was never really happy with it. I was so loyal to my barber too, which is now I understand how like some clients are so loyal they won't get a haircut anywhere else. But with me, so I kind of just see it from the other end now. So it was a necessity. I feel like that turned into a passion.
So for how long you been cutting your hair until you actually cut somebody's hair?
So the first time I cut someone's hair, I think it was my stepdad or brother. I can't forget. This was like maybe a year and a half in. Or so I felt comfortable enough.
How old were you?
When I first started cutting my own hair, I was 15. I was a freshman in high school.
And what about when you cut some? So you were 16, I guess.
I must have been like 16, 17 when I started cutting someone else.
And so after a while, did you start cutting other people's hairs, or?
After that, I cut a couple of my cousins. I was cutting them. Then I went to Poughkeepsie High School junior year. I entered junior year. And little by little, people would ask me because they would see my hairline was so sharp. After doing it for so long, I feel like I just got better at it. And then I was like, hey, well, I cut my own hair, and then eventually, that sparked curiosity when people wanted to get a haircut from me.
Just word of mouth. So
I cut a little more of my friends then, but I feel like it didn't take off really till I went to college.
So how did you bring awareness? Like, did you like post pictures on media, or people told other people? Or?
So back then, I feel like MySpace had just started. I'm 32 years old, so I feel like when I was, I think
it was like a Facebook. Back then.
I think MySpace came like senior year in high school. Facebook, I remember when I was in college, my school had just gotten approved. So back then with Facebook, it was just a college thing. And
So you can only talk to people in your college or other colleges, right?
yeah. So back then it's like only if you were in college and your school had to get accepted. Once it got accepted, people like I remember when everyone found out, everyone rushed to the library to kind of just create their account
Start
and
messaging other people.
yeah, just like linking requesting everyone.
Yeah.
But back then when it was just word of mouth, honestly, and just people asking me, because I touch up my hairline at least 2-3 times. I'm sorry, every 2 to 3 days or so. I had to make sure it was nice and sharp. Yeah, I mean, I had a trimmer at home, so all I had to do was like clean it up, and that's it. But yeah, it was honestly word of mouth. That's it.
That's crazy. So when did you start to realize like, oh, I'm gonna start doing this as a job? Like, I'm falling in love with it. Like, after a while, like, I want to start doing this as a career, or maybe you didn't want to. Like, how did you realize that you had to make choices either between your barber or different careers?
Yeah.
Like
so I went to school at SUNY Del High for business.
Oh, really?
Back then I was just still having fun, but I started charging. I remember started charging $10 for a haircut. So like I gotta charge something. I feel like I was good, you know.
Yeah, $10. Yeah.
And then throughout that time, I ended up getting my apprenticeship.
Yeah.
This is while I'm still in college.
Yeah.
After that time, I remember I raised my price to I think it was 15. And I ordered a barber chair to my college, and I had it in my dorm, and I would just literally slide it over to the bathroom. What was cool about the bathroom was just that the mirror all the way to the end. It was 3 sinks on one side, 3 sinks on the other. The one on the left hand side, it had a handicap mirror all the way to the end, and it kind of slanted downward. Yeah. So it'd be easy for my clients to see themselves, and I was kind of made it easier. I mean, I had a boom box. I would have on Fridays. It'd be like a barber shop in there, and guys were trying to go in there and take a shower, and then they would open the door. They're like, oh shit. There'd be like 10, 12 guys waiting to get a haircut.
So got really busy.
Yeah.
So on the low, you were making money.
Oh no, yeah, I was making money. I was crushing it.
Because I know many college students they start to make money while you're studying, but it's a good thing that you actually you're studying and actually making money out of it.
Yeah, I was making good money. I mean I could have paid off my tuition, but I was just eating good, partying, having a good time. So that's where all my money. I was still learning how to manage it. But I think the moment I decided that I wanted to make this a career is when I actually took the initiative to get my license, and I realized the potential I had. I must have been maybe like after I graduated college, I think, when I was like, all right, I can make something out of this.
Yeah. So you said you got a business degree out of college?
Yeah, I got a business degree out of college.
So after you left college, were you looking for a business job, or you just wanted to do do hairstyle?
Barbering? Yeah. So after I graduated, I remember I had reached out. This is the second salon I had reached out. There was a salon prior that her name was Julie. She had a salon on Main Street, and she She linked me with the person that I got the apprenticeship from. Oh, okay. After 2 years, you're able to get your license. Yeah. But I had gotten my license while I was at the second salon, which is Claudia's mom, Gia. She had her salon right up 3 blocks up. Yeah. And I was with her, and during that time, that's when I got my license. And at that point, I wasn't busy. People weren't sitting on my chair. I mean, I'd be sitting there. I would sit there for days and maybe have one client a day. Oh, wow. And it got stressful, but it was kind of cool because I was able to hang out with Claudia, Gia's kids and stuff like that. So it just made it a little more fun, I guess. Yeah. She had a restaurant next door, so I was able to just eat. So
did people book for the appointments, or you just had to wait until somebody to come in and just?
Oh, back at that salon, it was all walk-ins. It was all walk-in. And Gia, she had a lot. My Claudia's mom, she had a lot of clients, but they would not want to sit on my chair. And I wasn't really outspoken. I was just like, listen, if they don't want to, I'm not gonna beg them. I'm not gonna. I was never really.
Were you very shy back then?
Yeah, well, I wasn't really about boasting myself. Like even till now, like I won't talk about it. If I'm like the gym or whatever, someone talks to me, unless they somehow bring it up, I won't bring it up. Unless I see a client, I'm like, oh, that's a potential client. I'd love to cut his hair. But other than that, I really don't put myself out there. And that's when I decided that I was like, you know what, this is gonna be my career, and I stuck with it, and now I'm pretty busy.
You open your own place?
Yeah, with the help of Claudia though. She pushed me outside. I think I would have stayed working there. 'Cause I got comfortable. I got comfortable. I was already building clientele that I needed to get out of there because. I mean, you had all these kids coming from all sorts, like all these small towns. Pulling up in really nice SUVs, getting dropped off by their parents, and their parents were like always skeptical, like, that part of Main Street wasn't the friendliest.
So you know how you said you only had like one client or one customer a day. So
Yeah.
have there ever been a client or a customer that has been unsatisfied with your work? Like maybe they don't like it. Like
Yeah.
how did you deal with it? I know it's like the first time you're like, oh shit, like you overthink a lot of stuff, and then you start to like regret your things and like, you know, like why the fuck did I, like why did I do this? Like
Why am I even cutting hair?
yeah, like why? So you probably like felt bad about yourself or something.
Yeah.
Like, so how did you like take that?
So there was a couple people that I remember one person in particular. I won't mention their name.
Yeah.
But I remember I had given him a haircut, and he was just like, honestly, he's like, why don't you just focus on something else? He's like, I don't think barbering is your thing. And it got to me. It was like somebody that meant nothing, but like just like comment. I was just like, damn. And I started questioning it, and I was like, all right. And at that time, I remember I had applied for a postal worker and a CEO. So I was just looking for another job, and even so because I wasn't that busy. And this happened while I wasn't busy.
Yeah.
So it even got to me even more. I'm like, all right, I'm not busy. And this guy tells me this. I'm gonna start looking for something, a backup.
Yeah.
I started looking for a backup, and then I just held on. And definitely, Claudia's mom was like very supportive and just kind of just told me to stick it through, and she would help me whenever she could.
So like, how did you learn the people like? How did you learn those skills? Did people train you? Did you watch videos or like? Along the way, I know you weren't.
As long as the craft itself, I'm self-taught. Yeah. I was self-taught, and so Claudia had convinced me to go to hair shows and elevate my barbering skills. Because this is 7-8 years ago. Now it's different. Now the game's changed. Now barbers are fusing into stylists and doing the blow dryer, adding product and all that. Back then,
I know there's a lot of products, equipment, more probably more lights, you know.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
So now back then, it was just you're a barber or you're a hairstylist. Now it's like you see people fusing them together and becoming like a men's hairstylist, which is what I consider myself.
Yeah.
And
so
yeah,
what do they specifically do with that?
With what?
With like people actually cut hair and then they go to shows or like.
All right, so with the shows, there's hair shows every year.
Yeah.
There's classes every year. Now more than ever, I feel like now if you wanted to start being a barber or a hairstylist, there's no reason why you can't make it, because you have YouTube, you have social media, you have all this content out there that wasn't available to me when I started. I kind of just figured it out.
Hard for you then
I figured it out on my own, but I'm always going to be grateful. I appreciate my grind and the struggle and everything, because it made me who I am.
That's the real grind right there. I know many people right now, like that's why I try to tell people to take this opportunity to like go on YouTube, go on Google, search it. Because I know that many people want answers. But it's right there on the internet. And I feel like people gotta take that, you know, and I feel like I'm lucky enough to even start doing this and actually start putting content. I know I'm pretty sure for you it was hard back then to even look up like how to do this. Like
there wasn't much. And that's like a few years ago that there was more content out there.
Yeah.
But so with the hair shows, you kind of just go and then they'll have classes. They'll have booths. Every company has a booth, and you can either buy products or try their products. And then there's barber battles now too. Yeah. That started a while ago. I remember my first barber battle, Claudia pushed me to do it. Yeah. And I went, and I didn't win, but it was I broke a shell that day. I was so I felt a lot more confident. I'm like, oh wow, this is easy. I had pushed it for 2 years before I first heard about it, before I actually decided to do it. I think one of those things is like self-doubt. I have a lot of guys that reach out to me, and that they want to be an apprentice, and they want to do this, they want that, but I feel like most people kind of want it handed to them. So I tell them like, hey, listen, do this and this. I'll tell them, hey, go on YouTube. I had classes, come to my classes, stay up on it, follow me on Instagram. No, I'm not gonna hold everybody by their hand. And if they do those things that I tell them, then I take them seriously. But if not, like I feel like everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants to be great, but no one wants to put in the hard work.
I think if they're impatient, I guess. I feel like you have to look at the long term. Because I know it took you a while to open this place and get experience, and people gotta realize. I think it takes probably go to 5 or 10 years to be successful, and
or maybe less. It just all depends. I mean, you could make it happen in 2 years if you really put the hard work.
Like you said, it's all about the work you put in, and I feel like also the talent that you have and the passion. So like if you're not putting the work every day, it's gonna be kind of difficult to get what you want. You know? So.
And then one thing too, you could have the talent, but if you're not putting in the work, it's worthless. As opposed to somebody that's like hungrier, lacks talent, but their hunger takes them to that next level because they really want it.
True. But I feel like also passion, right? Because if you don't have a passion, then they're gonna give up really, really easily.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming. Because if people don't have passion for it, they're gonna give it more than a couple of months or a couple of years.
And
after that.
So this became a passion. I never.
You never thought.
I never thought I was going to be a barber, a men's hairstylist.
Yeah.
I remember back then I wanted to either be a stockbroker.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a DJ.
Oh, wow.
And then I really love riding my bike, so I wanted to be a pro BMXer. You know.
Shit.
So that was like, if I look back, what I really wanted to do when I was little, it was that.
Yeah.
But like I said, this became a passion, and I feel like being a barber, hairstylist, or anything like that.
Yeah.
We're an artist, and I'm an artist, and I feel like it's all.
You have to be very creative too.
Yeah,
right?
it's temporary art because the hair eventually grows out, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like I have an artistic eye for it, and I consider myself an artist.
So like I know you. So like along the way, did you ever like when did you start to have that feeling or thought when you're getting so many customers and clients? Like when did you realize that like I'm getting really big, I'm gonna start charging people more, I'm gonna probably open up a place? Like when did you start to realize that you're getting a lot of customers?
Yeah.
And you're like probably freaking out and that stuff.
So honestly, what really pushed me to like charge more was probably I'm gonna Claudia, because she was going to school. I was working with her mom. She would always tell me all these things, like, go to the shows, go this, raise your price, blah blah blah. But I think what really pushed me to like even start doing appointments and charge more was when I knew we were having a son. And that's when I was like, all right, I gotta start changing things. I can't be doing walk-ins anymore, because I remember Saturdays I would get there and there'd be at least 7, 8, 10 kids waiting before I even opened up the gate to open the door. So
in this place?
No, at the old place. No, not the old place. Yeah, this is all appointments. Ever since my son's 6.5 years old now, so I've been doing appointments for that long, maybe 7 years, because I was doing it before he was even born, and he'll be 7 in February. But that's when I feel like, all right, I need to raise my price, because I needed to control the demand, and raising the price allowed me to like control that number, and I was earning more and working less, and that's the ending goal, to really it all depends how you value yourself, and I value myself more and more. The more I know, I feel like the more I'm worth. So that's when that was the determining factor when I just started doing the appointments. And I just couldn't do walk-ins anymore. I needed to stabilize my life and have a schedule, more control.
Do you feel like barbers should build up more clients or actually get more customers? Because I know you build up more clients, you actually, it's like a reputation, you keep
So I feel like I guess if you were working at the mall, it'd be more of customers, because you get random people all the time. They're like in and out. They have a system where they're like, all right, you gotta do this haircut in 20 minutes. And I feel like when you're in a salon or a barber shop, that doesn't have that structure. I feel like then you develop relationships, and that becomes a client, and especially after they return the first time. So I mean, it's cool to see new people. It's cool to see new people. I love it when I get new clients, because it kind of switches it up. But then also there's some clients that I built great relationships with that I'm like, man, it's cool how we cross paths. In my chair. So I mean, like I said, I every now and then I'll open up a random day just to try to get a new client, hopefully. But I'm always out looking to meet new people, for sure.
So like, how do you build relationships with people to make sure you have a client with them?
So I feel like instantly you kind of just click with someone from the beginning. That's with anything. You could be in school, you could be anywhere, going to the mall, like start talking to someone, like, oh damn, you're chill, you're chill too, cool, what's up, and it's an instant click, and then somebody you might not vibe with from the beginning, which I've gotten clients that I'm just like, hey, why are you still why
are you talking too much?
No, not that. It's like, why do you still come to me if you're not happy? Or if it's like there's no connection, how do I build that? I think it just happens genuinely. Just being myself,
being casual.
Just be yourself, and you'll attract whoever it is you attract. I feel like when you try to be someone you're not, then you'll attract people that you seem to be acting like, but then you'll realize like, hey, this isn't me.
I feel like you gotta make them more comfortable, because I feel like if you don't make them comfortable, they're gonna
and just simply
unusual. So
and just simply by talking, I feel like that once they trust that you could cut their hair, right? And they have your trust, and they open up, and they'll just start talking about their problems. And I feel like a haircut's not
having a good vibe, good conversation with
them. I feel like it's not just a haircut. I feel like it's therapy, for sure. Sometimes they just come in and they want to just let it all out. And at the same time get a good haircut and just feel good, feel great.
So like, when did you start to realize that I'm working many hours, I'm getting customers, I'm getting clients? When did you have that thought or idea, I'm gonna open my own place, salon? So when did you actually want to save up? Like, what got you to open up your own place?
Honestly,
Is that always been like a dream?
It was always a dream. I was always scared. I was always scared to take the next step. I was working up the street with Claudia's mom for about, I think it was 8 or 9 years before I opened up here. And Claudia would always tell me, "It's time. You're growing. You outgrew that space. You outgrew that space." And honestly, if it wasn't because of her, I probably would have never opened up the studio. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So she was the one that really pushed me to do it.
Kind of scared, but she actually motivated you to like.
Yeah, I was scared. I was scared, and I was comfortable.
Like, why were you scared? Like, was it because of the people?
The fear. No, the fear of opening up, putting money into a place, something new. Yeah. You know, I feel like a lot of people won't take that next step out of fear. They won't look for a new job out of fear. They won't try to grow out of fear because they immediately bring themselves down. That's what I was doing.
Once you get out of your comfort zone, you start to experience and like explore more about yourself and realize that, oh wow, like I can actually do this, and I feel like people can actually be like more happy if they actually take a risk, do something else, and start to realize like, oh wow, I can do this. I feel like investing in yourself and like or other things, it feels great. Like it feels like you feel better about yourself. I feel like you can like help other people along the way too. Because I know you probably, I don't know about you, but like, so when you got this place, did you ever feel like, wow, like I can actually do this? Like,
I remember the first day, the night before we opened up officially. I remember I went to go grab my stuff at the old location. I packed all my stuff, and I remember I cried. It was like I was upset, but I was happy that I was growing out of it. But it's hard to let go. I mean, I was working over there for so long, I had built a nice relationship with Claudia's mom, and it was just time for me to go. Remember I came here. I think I stayed here till like 5 a.m, just sitting right here, literally sitting on this couch, and just looking at everything and just like taking it all in. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I couldn't believe we're opening up tomorrow officially. I was just here and just reminiscing and just like, taking it all in, and
So what going through your mind? Were you trying to calm yourself? Or like, I got this?
No, I was
just,
good.
Like, unexpected, like, wow, I actually did this. Like,
I was surprised that like we made it happen. We made it happen. I was like, wow, I can't believe that.
So was it more like a family business? I know your wife also works here. Or was it just you wanted?
No. It was just both of us. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Like, she's the behind the scenes. Like, I was literally just the face of it. But she's the one that pushes me. I feel like. Behind every strong, I've learned this, like we see quotes about it, like behind every strong man is a strong woman for sure.
So like, did you guys talk about it, like, oh wow, like what's the consequence, or what's gonna happen once you guys open this place? Like, did you?
I think I was more doubtful than she was. I think there's always obstacles. Even after we're open, we got a bunch of random stuff. Like even we had went over budget. Even before I think halfway when we opened up, when we had started working on it, because this place was a dump. We halfway into it, I was like, crap, like we went over budget already, and we're not even done yet. We're halfway done, and then I was just like, I remember just telling her, I'm like, I think let's just stop right here. And she's like, no. She's like, no, we gotta finish. And I was like, fuck. I'm like, all right. And we figured it out. We figured it out. It was not easy, man. It was not easy.
I feel like how the bill came along the way, and
we just like I said, just going over budget. Like I learned that you spend more money on the stuff people don't see, like the plumbing, electrical work, and all that stuff. That stuff you don't see. You see you see the chair, the sofa, the TV.
Those little things actually cost up a lot of money.
I think sometimes they're more expensive than the stuff that's above the ground.
And was it because you were making a lot of money and then you started expanding it, or like how did you?
So it was just I didn't expect to spend that much. Some of the stuff I didn't expect to put in the AC, a whole new. I thought I didn't have to, and then I saw it. I'm like, oh well, the electrical. I was like, oh well, you need this. I'm like, wait, what? Like I didn't know. I went blindfolded almost. We just went for it, and we learned a lot though. I definitely know what not to do next time. When we open up.
I know building up a business is very difficult. I feel like you ask for help, or you try to make things differently, and I know, like, so I'm pretty sure right now you probably like spend less money on things that you actually don't need.
Yeah.
And then you try to invest it differently so you can, advocate yourself for the business.
Yeah, and just be more wisely, honestly, and just not buy stuff just because it looks nice.
Yeah. So I know many people, like people who do rappers, people who are in the music business, hairstylists, barbers, all that good stuff. I know many people have haters, like negativity around. I know, like when they're popping up there, there's always those people that are talking bad about you.
Yeah.
I know that, and like how did you specifically took that? Like I know a lot of people have worse because maybe on media they comment bad comments, or maybe in person, or you heard from other people, oh, it's not good, it's not that good of a barber, or stuff like that. Like how did you take that? Did you like?
I feel like at the beginning I kind of would take it to heart because I was just slowly building up. I wasn't as confident about my work, so any little negative comment got to me, and I could just kind of like replaying it in my head. Now that I'm older and I'm more secure and experienced about myself, I mean, people could say stuff. I still hear stuff every now and then from like other, kids coming up, and I'm just like, whatever. It's a mindset thing. I mean, like it's hard to like explain myself to someone that's very close-minded or just not in a different level.
In that box.
Yeah, so it's just like what, like, you're still starting off. It is what it is. I kind of just brush it off now. Like I don't care. Like I'm happy. And
so, what do you just take that negative comment, just leave it, and just
just leave it. Yeah, I just leave it. Before I was just like, man, pissed. Like, man, fuck them. Like, what do you know? I try to prove myself to them, but I don't need to. I have to just prove it to myself.
Yeah. So what do you do? Like you just maybe listen to music or just take a. I know some people actually do things to leave those negative comments or negative situations that they've been through. I know they probably go for a run or
Yeah. So right now I've been working on a lot of like self-help. I've been doing a lot of meditation.
Oh wow.
A bike ride is honestly probably the best thing I could do whenever I feel a little stressed out.
Yeah. Because I know meditation and working out is actually a trend right now. People are actually starting to do it, and then I feel like when I run, I feel so much better. Like I don't know about you, but like after a good workout, you feel much better about yourself and you feel more energized.
Just pumped and just like feel like you take on the world, especially when you're like sore.
And have like you visualizing throughout your life and stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, to me, the bike ride, I feel like I feel free. Remember, I had said I wanted to be a pro BMXer when I was younger. So whenever sometimes I have a mountain bike now, but sometimes I kind of ride it like I'm riding a BMX bike. Like, all right, I need to stop. But or dad or get like a BMX bike.
Everyone has those little passions. Like I know I'm into music, but I still like it. I'm not doing it, but I still like it. I know you do it for bike. Yeah. Also, I feel like everyone has a unique interest in many things.
Yeah, I mean, I love music too. Like I wanted to be a DJ when I was younger. But those are the things that kind of just help me. That and journaling too. I have a journal whenever I write down my thoughts and how I feel in the morning.
Because I know other people also like what I do, what I normally do. If I'm in a negative situation or scenario, I get out of myself in that situation, or people leave negative comments, or people talk bad about me. I go into hang out with people that actually care about me, like actually encourage me. So instead of going in a negative situation, I get out and I go in a positive situation. I don't care if it's my mom, my friend, my sister. I try to like be in a situation where I can actually like advocate myself and actually like feel better about myself, because I know people always in negative is gonna be like, I feel like that prevents you from like reaching your goals.
And it's one of the things that I'm struggling with right now. I'm learning to like just dig deep into my thoughts and just figuring out what my troubles were, why I have a certain mindset, and just reprogramming my brain. Like I said, I just started doing it like 2 months now. I mean, I've been meditating for a year now. But anywhere from like therapy to all different types of things to kind of just help me just let go of that baggage. Sometimes it could just be stuff from like when you were like 5 years old that you never seem to let go, and that kind of just stops you, that fear, that it's always something that triggers it, and then you could just go back deep into the inner child of when you were little, and then remember like, oh damn, this is why I'm scared of this, or this is why I feel like this about this way. So I'm excited. I mean, I'm excited once I get past all that and break out of that. I mean, one thing I wanted to do, if I don't do it this year, I definitely want to do it next year. So I'm skydiving.
That's pretty fun.
I'm tired.
Are you gonna get training?
I'm scared. I've been scared of heights. But I try not to like say it again over and over. But it's something I want to just conquer. That's one of the things I want to conquer.
I feel like if you conquer your fears, you feel great.
And I just know I feel like right now I'm working at like 15% of my capacity of what I'm able to do. So I still have 85% that I need to like obtain and just take a hold of and just grow. There's so many things we want to do, and once I break out of that and let go of this, I could be in a clearer mindset for sure. Because like I said, even though I'm doing all this, there's still a lot. Like everyone has problems. One thing I've learned is that you think you have problems until you know other people's problems, and you're like, fuck. Then I'm not that bad then, you know?
Yeah, I feel like people, when I wake up, I feel grateful every day. Like really grateful every single day.
Good, man, good. I forget sometimes, but that's part of my rituals. I just forget to be grateful, which is the most important thing.
Because what I normally do is just like, before I go to sleep, I list 3 things or 5 things that I have to conquer the next day, or I do that because I want to reach a certain goal that I want to do.
Yeah.
So what I normally do is like tell people to like, you know, be grateful, like you said, because people do have problems, like major problems. I know some people, the mom probably had cancer, the father passed away. You know, people don't have enough food, they don't have enough financial ability to do other things. And I try to wake up every single day to like, wow, I'm living, my family are healthy, I'm going to school, I'm working, I'm coaching for soccer, and like I feel like before I wake up, when I wake up, I try to like, you know, take like a 10-minute, 15-minute, just think about what I'm grateful for, and actually live my day to full, like the 100%. Because, like you said, there's many problems. You don't know what she's going through. You don't know what he's going through. Or you know, I just feel like it's a good thing to realize about that for yourself, and I feel like spreading positive things and awareness. And all that stuff. So.
Good, man. Good. You got your ritual, man. That's what I do. Like, I do my to-do list at night and just conquer it the next day.
Yeah, because I know there's a lot of negative things going on too, but you gotta be on your A game. You
know? For sure, man. For sure.
So, like, I know you have a family. Like, does that hanging out with your family makes you feel better? Like, maybe.
Oh, of course.
More
I mean,
like more positive. Like, I know after a long day, you dealt with many stuff going overwhelmed. So you probably go to your family.
Yeah, I mean, my kids definitely bring me a lot of joy, man. I love spending time with them. I want to work less to spend more time with them. From the morning to the end of the day, you know, get them ready for school, put them in bed. I want to be there throughout the whole process. But they definitely motivate me. But I definitely just try to enjoy and be present when I'm with them. And that's one thing that I feel like a lot of parents struggle with, and I talk to my clients about. It's just like learning to put the phone away, being present. Even if you're out in dinner with someone or anything like that. I mean, you're interviewing right now. Let's say I just pulled out my phone. I'm like, oh, let me just check my phone real quick. It's rude. So I think it's just mainly just what I'm learning now is also just being present and definitely with them, for sure.
So like, I know. So when you have a kid, was it very hard for you to even work even harder, because I know you were gonna have a kid. So did you like start to realize that I gotta work more harder than usual?
Yeah, so I think it definitely made me work a lot harder for sure.
Did that change you as a man?
Yeah, I feel like it pushed me to do things that never thought I would do. He definitely, because Alonzo was born first, he definitely pushed me to do a lot of things I never thought I could be able to do. For sure. And it was just balancing time. Now it is balancing time, like, you know, making time for myself, you know, making time for work and making time for the family, and just balancing and just being present for every single one.
I feel you gotta realize your time management once you get older, because I know a lot of things going on.
Yeah, I mean, you get curveballs thrown at you all the time, and just learning to like stick with it, you know, sleep. You know, I sleep 6 hours. And that's it. I mean, every now and then I'll catch up on sleep, but I'm good with 6 hours. I have to sleep 6 hours to get everything else done. To go to the gym, to meditate, you know, spend time with my kids, be here at the salon, do other stuff, do the classes. So the time management is definitely important.
So do you make yourself a schedule, or like?
There's days that I'm really good, but there's days that I'm really good with my ritual. That I'll plan out my day the morning of, but sometimes I can just go with it and figure it out. But I've learned that if I write it down, I have a way more productive day. A way more productive day for sure, because I'm like, I know what I have to do, and I don't put the time in, but I kind of just schedule it from the beginning of the morning to the end of the day what I have to do.
Yeah.
But definitely writing it down, it helps a lot. When I don't write it down, I always miss one thing. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, all right, I gotta add this to tomorrow's list.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So right now, you cutting people's hairs, right? You doing all that good stuff, hairstylist. Are you also traveling to learn from other barbers as well, or how do you? Because I know right now, 10 years ago, cutting hair was very differently than right now. So do you see a change? Like, do you try to like travel or go to other places to learn those differences? Or
yeah, so I mean, there's time we go to the shows that are out of the state for sure. So we've done that.
Yeah.
Barbering itself, it's changed so much. Yeah. Like I said, now it's like you see a lot of barbers that are hairstylists that do the blow drying, that the sectioning, all types of different techniques that a hairstylist would do, and now you apply it to the barbering skill, which is barbers are known for fading and clipper cuts. Yeah. But yeah, every now and then we do have a hair show. We'll go out of state. I have a hair show coming up in Verona, up state, which is about 3 hours from here. Oh, wow. It's called Trend Zone, and I'm going to be doing there. I'm going to be doing demos. So pretty much I'll be setting up with the KMS brand and doing some haircuts for like an hour on one day and then the other.
So have you met like famous barbers along?
Oh yeah, I mean I started meeting them when my first hair show.
Yeah, oh wow.
I met a lot of barbers that were they're famous because they either their technique or their following or they cut a lot of celebrities. Yeah. And did you get inspired by those barbers? Oh yeah, I definitely did. I thought I was like, man, I want to cut celebrities. Yeah. But now I'm like, you know what? I don't want to cut celebrities. I kind of just want to travel more. I'm still trying to figure myself out where I want to take my craft to the next level. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out what my next move is. But definitely, I mean, if I get to cut some celebrities, great. As long as I connect with them, it's not about. I won't post their picture or anything like that. It's not about that. It's really about connecting with them, and if they just happen to be a celebrity, if they happen to be a celebrity, great. If not, whatever. I'm cool with cutting local celebrities, people that live here,
Yeah. Is that thing you want to do? Have you ever cut a celebrity yet?
No, I haven't cut a celebrity yet.
So is that one of your goals you want?
Yeah. I have 3 celebrities that I want to cut, and no preference on the order, but Tony Robbins. Jimmy Fallon.
Tony Robbins.
Yeah, and then Ronnie Feig from Kiss. Tony Robbins because I feel like he was the one that really inspired me. It's like the morning ritual, morning ritual, and invest and putting money aside for the future. Yeah. Jimmy Fallon, I just think he's fucking hilarious. I think he's so funny.
Comedian guy.
And then Ronnie Feig because I've seen him start off from like designing his first shoe to having his own clothing brand, and I think he's a awesome designer. That's another thing I wanted to do too was be a clothing designer. I think about 4 or 5 years ago, I came out with hoodies. Oh yeah. And I had my logo and everything. People were buying them, and I was just having fun. I'm like, holy shit, people were really.
Was it like Alex the Great?
Yeah, it was Alex the Great. So it was AV, and it had 13 stars around it. Yeah. For the 13 colonies from when this country first got established, and then it had like an Aztec print to represent my Mexican culture.
Yeah. I feel like you still doing it, or?
I'm gonna bring them back.
I feel like you should. Yeah, make that little brand logo come back too.
I'm gonna bring them back. I'm just waiting. My designer's taking longer than usual to give me my final logo, but I'm hoping to bring them before December for sure.
Yeah, I feel like you should.
Yeah.
So, do you realize anything different that barbers are doing right now that they're making constantly mistake after mistakes, or do you realize that they're doing something that they're not supposed to, like
for like barbers that are just up and coming?
Yeah.
I come across it all the time when I get the DMs. I have kids that want to be barbers, but they aren't promoting themselves. They aren't posting pictures. One thing I always hear is like, oh, I don't want to post a picture because it's not perfect yet. I don't know. I didn't take a good picture. I'm like, you have to post because if you don't post, you're not gonna know what to reference to back if you're getting better. The only way to see if you're getting better if you're constantly posting and then go back and check. That's it. That's one thing I would always do. I would just post, and now I'm a little more technical, more picky on what pictures I post.
I feel like you always want content away from being viral.
You always have to put out content. If you're not putting anything out there, you're not gonna get anything. If you're putting stuff out there, it's better. You're better off than going viral. It's going viral or just getting the next client. So I think that's like as far as social media, the most common mistake. That and just like I feel like a lot of barbers too in the area that are up and coming, whether they go to my classes or not, there's always classes. So if they're not attending these classes, like I said, there weren't classes like these when I was up and coming. You know, there weren't as many hair shows. There wasn't as much YouTube content. So I feel like if they're not taking advantage of what's out there and going to classes and investing in themselves, then they're only, you know, they're a class away from growing even more. If that's the most common mistake I feel like from barbers that are just coming up.
So basically promoting yourself and actually taking courses?
Yeah, taking courses and just really just putting yourself out there, like I said, whether it's social media or making a business card, you know, either one. Yeah.
So like putting yourself out there, you know?
Yeah.
Or maybe telling one of your friends, hey, if one of your friends needs a haircut, you know?
Yeah.
And so you said promote yourself, take courses. So how do you like practice that and become a better barber? After a while, maybe after a month or years, how do you become a better barber? You know, after working, so like, what do you?
So as far as the technical aspect, I would feel like becoming a better barber is just cutting people. That's it. Just not being afraid.
Like, learn from that? You just take risks. You just
just take like offer free haircuts, take risks. You know, get people on your chair one way or another. Just get people on your chair.
You're gonna make mistakes along the way, but you're gonna still practice that.
I made mistakes cutting my own hair. There's a few bad haircuts. We all have bad haircuts. We all have bad days. But I feel like just taking action, which is I feel with anything. If you're not cutting people, you're not gonna get better. If you're not going to classes, you're not gonna get better. Plain and simple. That's it.
And also, should people also go on YouTube and learn how to do that too? Is that
for sure. There's a bunch of YouTube content on YouTube now. I mean, there's a lot of barbers that went viral off of YouTube. And now they're big on Instagram.
Or you mean like also put like videos as well?
Yeah, they could. Yeah, that's one thing I always wanted to get into. I never got into it, but it's just like just posting content out there. I mean, there's so many different sources. I mean, you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have YouTube, you have Twitter. I mean, all these sources. You just kind of just use them and max them out. Yeah, all these platforms, just use them and max them out.
Yeah. So let's say there's some young guy. Let's say he wanted to cut somebody big, or like I guess that barber in the top, but he still hasn't cut a celebrity. Like, what should that person do? Should he reach out to them, or still work hard until you network with other people until you actually cut a celebrity hair?
So for a barber that wants to cut a celebrity, I would say honestly, it's putting yourself out. Like, doesn't hurt to DM. You could DM any celebrity nowadays, you know.
I feel like I mean that's how I got to you.
You DM'd me, and I was like, I'm down. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah. But it's just like if you would have never DM'd me, I would have never,
would have never happened.
Yeah, it would have never happened. That, or like, let's say I just chose not to reply, not to look at it, you know. But you would at least took that risk. Same thing with that celebrities. But I think at the end of it, it's just the barber itself, the person itself has to realize what they really want. There's people out there that really just want to cut celebrities, which is perfectly fine. But you just have to go out there and network with other barbers and try to meet the right person a mentor that could really just help you and guide you. And hey, listen, this is what you have to do. I didn't have a mentor. I still don't have a mentor. My only mentor, not all by myself. I think my only mentor is Claudia. That's it. She's been guiding me since like I said, I never would have opened up the studio, gone to hair shows if it wasn't because of her. But I think a mentor helps for sure, and I think I'm gonna start looking for one soon to kind of just help me elevate to see what I do next.
I feel like you should. I feel like having mentors actually guides you and be like, wow, like, and also having a mentor actually like pushes you to be better, and you didn't realize, oh wow, I can actually like.
I mean, we all have so much potential, but like I said, it's just that self-doubt, man.
I feel like we just gotta see that potential.
For sure.
So, I'm gonna ask you a few questions to finish this off. So, let's see. Would you fight a gorilla or would you fight a bear?
A gorilla or a bear?
Bare hands. You gotta fight them bare hands.
Bare hands. Yeah. I think.
It's hard, right?
It's hard.
Think about it.
I'm just trying to think. Like, I mean, I could. Because I think a bear.
A bear?
I think a bear because I think a gorilla might be quicker to grab me. A bear, I feel like I could maneuver. I mean, I know bears are fast too, but I feel like it takes a while to like pick up rhythm. So I feel like I could like slowly just punch him out little by little.
I'll take the bear too because the bear, they can actually pick you up and
gorillas, they can crush you, they could grab you. Bears, they just have they slam on top of you, you're done. But you could easily move around a tree or something like that. A gorilla, man, they could easily just pick up speed and grab you, and once they grab you, you're done.
Pancakes or waffles?
Ooh, pancakes. I've always been about pancakes. My favorite pancakes.
I think you're the first pancake guy in my episode. I think,
yeah.
Pancakes,
first for everything, right? I love pancakes. I love pancakes.
Or French toast.
I think I've always been pancakes. I love I've been doing these blueberry pancakes. Pancakes.
So would you rather stop shopping, like any clothes you can buy, no jewelry, nothing, for 6 months, or do not use any emojis for 6 months?
Oh, I could go without using emojis.
Oh, well, because a lot of people out there that use a lot of emojis in their text messages.
No, I could do it without it. That's fine. Yeah.
6 months without emojis.
I can do it. I can do it without.
Okay. So you want to go shopping?
I mean, I like buying clothes, even if it's not for my kids. I love fashion. So yeah.
If you had to have one superpower, what would it be?
I think it's always just been to fly. I've always wanted harder to fly.
Fly everywhere?
Yeah, I just want to pick up and fly and just kind of go observe everything for the time. Especially because I'm afraid of heights. I think, I've always wanted to fly.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I feel like I have vision. I don't have vision.
Yeah.
Also, you want to give an advice or encourage any barbers out there that want to actually open up the place or just getting started with,
with barbering itself? I would say definitely let's find a barber that you look up to, pay your homage, show respect, and ask for help, and then just remember that to pass that along whenever you get to a certain level. You definitely know someone's going to eventually come to you and ask you for help. Make sure you help them. I feel like the only way to grow, honestly, is to help others, and I feel like that's what I've been doing now. Helping a lot of people, whether providing education or people just DMing me and asking me for advice. Another thing is just like, don't hold back, just cut, don't stop cutting. Take pictures, post them. You're only gonna get better only if you take action and cut a lot of people and post it, and then you'll see your growth for sure.
Sure, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, man.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, the like button, share this.
Hit that shit.
All right, thank you, man.
All right, bro.
Thank you.
No problem.
Bye, guys.